Holodeck by August, object storage, proposal, performance. First thing, data size. Okay, so you have these objects now. Let's say you just have all the files and folders that you currently have, and you take them on the first step and put it into an object storage like that. Like, copy over, and it goes like, Now you have objects, and it would feel exactly like files and folders before, because it just took the information of the folder position from the hierarchical file system and stored it as a string, file, like folder name. The file name. So it has one file name, one folder name. That's the same file size requirements, basically, as in the previous file system. Now I said, well, you can have as many file names as you want, coexistent, and you can have as many folder names as you want, coexistent. So yeah, what is that? Doesn't that get huge or large, or doesn't this pile up, and can a computer handle this? It's like, what are we talking about? Folder names. How many characters in total? Like if you add like folder 1 / folder 2 / subfolder 3 and so on and so forth. Let's say it's 1,000 characters per path, and your file names can be as long as you want to, but on average, let's say you'll pretty much be fine with 255 characters. So that's a kilobyte for a path and 1/4 of a kilobyte for a file name. Seriously? Are we that greedy with how like I have we're at several terabytes per disk now, and yeah, I almost lost my point there. But so yeah, let's say you really go crazy and you really describe an object and you put metadata there, and like every application that touches that file object like leaves its imprint. And I said, let's just keep the metadata there. Let's see how it goes. And I'll just put that, everyone puts their tags on there, and that file lives on as object for I don't know how many years and travels through so and so many systems. You may pile up several megabytes of metadata because text is really small. So we're talking Unicode. So let's say you don't have 8 bytes per character, but 16 or 32 bytes per character. So what? It's... yeah. We can do the math, but I'm not going into the numbers here. Please go ahead, do so. Take all your files, even if you have large collections, and then multiply how much that metadata actually costs you in terms of data, even though it's just text, and add that up. And if you get several gigabytes or whatever, okay, so be it, because it's still per object. Since we're talking about references and relationships, the data per object on the file system level, I would say it's neglectable, size-wise. And even if you combine everything together, speaking of the payload that you're dealing with, I would still say that this metadata, even if we're really wasteful and we're describing it like hell and keeping everything there, I don't really see a problem there. If I'm mistaken, please, that's why I'm doing these videos here, to get a discussion going and to maybe make this happen somehow. But data size wise, currently this the time and energy that has to go through like cleaning up and handling all the metadata. I really would give it a try to like keep the data there. How would you structure that data? That's another issue. But performance-wise, of the metadata size, which is the only additional thing that we'd be talking here, because I'm saying like keep the metadata accumulated and make means of filtering it. I wouldn't say that this is a performance issue in terms of, dude, that's going to be huge. Not in relationship to the payload.